The summer of lacrosse continues near our nation's capital. With every Athletes Unlimited game too close to call, the players do a double check.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a good call.
Last week's downpour added extra drama to an already intense week of competition. Half of the games played have been decided by 1 point in eye-catching fashion. Kayla Wood and Dempsey Arsenault remain captains, sitting 1-2 atop the leaderboard, while Britt Reed is a first-time skipper, planning to put a stop to Kylie Ohlmiller. Big saves will be tougher to make. 12 seconds to shoot. She has Riley hung up. On the inside roll, score! Ohlmiller dazzling from behind the cage. When Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse sparkles. Straight ahead next. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Ready for Act 2 this evening. Lights, camera, action. Team Britt Reed gets the go-ahead to face a squad led by Kylie Ohlmiller. Make yourself comfortable. You're going to like the way this game is played. We have 57 of the most highly decorated players on the planet. 4 teams that change week to week via a players-only draft. The leaderboard is constantly updating over a very intense 5-week run. A very pleasant welcome to you. Alongside Courtney Martinez Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland. I am Joe Beninati. Courtney, when we think about it, Kylie Ohlmiller's been a captain. Britt Reed has not. So in what way does that favor the team wearing the purple?
Kylie Ohlmiller, she put together the very first team in gold that swept the entire series. She knows what to do. However, Britt Reed was on that team, so she knows that team chemistry is a big part of walking away with a win. As
this season progresses, we are seeing players that are improving rapidly, and one of those is a can't miss for Team Reed, and that's attacker Courtney Fortunato.
Courtney Fortunato, she did such a great job in last week's games. It's her ability to shoot and score from so many different areas. Courtney Fortunato, she uses both hands so well. She's a great cutter around the cage, but her ability to dodge, to sweep from side to side, she loves the roll dodge. She really is a power shooter, but it's her presence, being able to still maneuver and shoot the ball under tremendous pressure.
You said it, she's a power shooter. She shoots rockets, and she'll be out there wearing the purple tonight. Week by week, we remind you that there's a Monday night draft that makes these teams change from week to week, and whomever is drafting first is likely to select Sam Apuzzo.
Sam Apuzzo, it's not a surprise that she is often chose at the forefront. It's because she has the ability to not only win the draw, but also produce on the offensive end of the field. She is a powerful player. She involves herself all over the field, but she doesn't give up. We see right here, she is catching that ball off of that initial shot, and she will do whatever it takes to put herself in the best position, whether it's winning the draw or scoring a goal.
She is a wonderful finisher and a big star for sure, wearing the purple tonight. Her own stat points are impressive, but Courtney, we've come to find that winning quarters, winning games as a team is going to go farther to advance a player up the leaderboard.
When you look at how the leaderboard is working, first of all, winning points from games to quarters all add up. It's 20 points per quarter, 45 for the entire game. You can win a bunch of quarters and still lose the game. The next biggest part is winning that MVP. Very coveted. There's 3 different MVPs announced at the end of each game, all awarded different amount of points. And then lastly, scoring in the statistical category. It's not just goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, or attackers. They all can earn points at their respective positions, scoring a goal or causing a turnover.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports, presented by Geico. Earlier today, Team Arsenault down Team Wood. And Team Arsenault in the orange was paced by Kenzie Kent, and Courtney, she had a monstrous performance. 4 goals, 4 assists.
Kenzie Kent has such a knack. We saw right there, nice little dip and dunk finishes. She loves to score from all over the field, a little quick stick, but it's her ability to utilize her hands, her quickness. She has such a quick release, really involves those wrists. And 4 goals, 4 assists. That was a new record in Athletes Unlimited.
It outpointed Kylie Ohlmiller's 5 + 2 = 7 by 1. As we added up week to week, we're now in the 3rd weekend of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse play. This is the Geico overall leaderboard, and still, Kayla Wood sits atop, just holding on against Dempsey Arsenault.
Despite not winning any MVP points today, Kayla Wood has done so much in the past. Obviously, 6 total wins out of her 7 games played. But today it was all about Team Orange. That's Dempsey Arsenault's team. And those are in spots 2, 3, and 4. Kaylee Waters had an MVP point today. Again, it's not just what you do in terms of win-losses, but also adding in the MVP and statistical categories.
Great to see defenders, attackers, midfielders, goalies all among the top 5. In fact, you have 2 keepers among the top 5 on that overall leaderboard. There are 57 players in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. We only have 1 champion. This will be game 14 of 30 this season. Team Reed against Team Ohlmiller. The goalies in Athletes Unlimited have been asked to carry on conversations with us from time to time, and they've been really good sports about it. We're going to start with Britt Reed in the blue. Hey, Britt, your last game last weekend was a real doozy with 11 saves. How well are you seeing the ball right now?
I'm seeing the ball well because of my defense. The defense sets the goalie up for success, and that's what our goal is today. Let's go.
Britt, you tell me you want to keep talking to me, so we're going to come to you quite often, so be ready, please. As she makes her way to the goal circle, Haley Hicklin's at the opposite end. Haley, I know you're passionate about landscaping architecture. How's that new crease setting up in front of you?
Oh yeah, it's a little different today. We got all grass down here. I've been used to playing in the dirt these last few weekends, so I don't know. It's going to be a little bit different, but I'm excited. We got a great turf crew that came in and regrounded this for us, so we're excited. They're taking care of us here.
Haley, thanks for spending some time with us. We'll check in with you from time to time.
All right.
Officials: Patty Kletcher-Porter, Erica Leslie, Ronnie Anton, and Peg Salucci. As we conclude a Friday night of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse with you. Nice to have you on for the ride. Lindsay McCone has the first offensive chance. 6-on-6 at this end of the field. There's a 60-second shot clock in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. There's an 8-meter key. You can see that in front of Britt Reed. Score from behind there, they'll give you 2 points. And as this league has gone along, Courtney, the players are getting more and more comfortable shooting from that range.
I love their ability to shoot from downtown. It's being comfortable, confident. There's no shooting space calls or 3 seconds, so they really want to make sure that that lane is cleared before taking that 2-point shot, and ultimately it's at their discretion.
Temperatures in the low 80s as we start play. Apuzzo was bumped off the ball there. Solid defensive work coming from Kristen Carr, as Reed sends it away for Kathy Rudkin. Rudkin is basically the poster child for how well you can do in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse without tremendous stat points. All she does is win and rocket up the leaderboard.
Kathy had been a part of Team Gold for 2 consecutive weeks. First, having Kylie Ohlmiller as her team captain, and then ultimately Kayla Wood.
McCool fires and scores! Marie McCool.
Hasn't been surprising that Marie McCool has been another player that's been chosen in the draft quickly. Marie McCool is so fluid all over the field. As we see, she sets up her right hand by doing a quick little split dodge. Sometimes when you start off with that offhand, you get your defender mixed up, confused about which way she's forcing you, and then she just uses her speed right here, gets her hands free, and again, excellent placement, even though that's the same side as the goalie's stick. A little bit of a different look right here, but she's shooting away from where she's headed, which is very difficult to save. Again, a bunch of defenders collapsing and crashing around her. She takes that extra second to focus and see the net.
When she scores, she gets 12 points for herself. She's really passionate about a healthy lifestyle. Marie McCool is a registered dietitian. She's in tip-top shape, and she scored a goal in all 7 of her games this season in Athletes Unlimited. Speaking of 7, you see number 7 out there in the purple. That's Amanda Johansson, who is making her Athletes Unlimited debut. Playing with Team Ohlmiller in a 1-goal deficit early on, just 90 seconds into the game. Johansson, who was bothered by an ankle problem at the outset of this season, makes the flip. Apuzzo thought about it for 2. Apuzzo fires over the top. She scores. Sam Apuzzo.
Sam Apuzzo taking control on the offensive end of the field. We've seen 2 consecutive draw controls, one by Team Ohlmiller wearing purple, and Sam Apuzzo doing what she does best, coming off of this little 2-man game. Nice little hitch fake, and then another pick and roll. Kylie opening up for that, giving her an option. However, Sam does such a great job of shooting from a low angle, again taking that low and away shot. And another little popular shot for her is getting some air. She loves to do the jump shot in and around the crease. Excellent finish.
Another tremendous scorer who's even money. You think about 7 games played, she has goals in all of them, 14 total. She's been the #1 overall draft pick in each of the last 2 weeks. We have a draft every Monday for you on Facebook Live. Dana Boyle, former Virginia Cavalier midfielder, joins me for that. Monday's draft has given us 4 new teams. We're watching Reed and Ohlmiller in the wake of a Arsenal win today. Team Arsenal downing Kayla Wood's side 9-7 in the opener. First offensive setup here for Team Reed, who has a goal from Marie McCool. McCool well outside the 8-meter key, picked up there on the perimeter by Haley Warden. Congratulations to Haley Ardou. She finished up her graduate certificate in cyber intelligence today. The last project was done. Dowd on the flip. McCool waiting. She favors her right. Rangy defender there, Warden to play. Topside score! McCool back to back.
We see the 2-man game, the game of choice on both ends of the field, this time from around the back side of the goal cage. Team Reed in blue. A little bit of work with Marie McCool wearing number 40, changing up where she's shooting from. We see right here Katrina Dowd, her teammate, doing a little pick on ball. Miscommunication defensively gives all the lane to Marie McCool, scoring her 2nd goal of the game.
Hey fans, MVP voting for Game 1 tonight is complete. Here are the results. Third place and earning 15 points from Team Arsenal, number 10, Kansas.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Plenty of experience for the captains this week. Kayla Wood, arms overhead. She was happy with that pick at the draft back on Monday. And there's a newcomer, Britt Reed, the goalie, named captain as she climbs the overall leaderboard. Kylie Ohlmiller's been in that vicinity from time to time already. They had a great time this past Monday. And Courtney, as the drafts go by, we seem to think that the captains are focusing in on the camaraderie.
They're looking a lot at the midfielders, but again, it's kind of who you played with in the past and how you're feeling. Ohlmiller took a total of 6 players in addition to herself from that very first team that she was so successful with. So yes, it's about in who you know, who you think you're going to play well with. in addition to making sure those connections continue on.
Tomorrow, Courtney will reach the halfway mark of this season. This is game 14 of 30 as Warden closes in. Apuzzo thought about it for the two-pointer. Well defended by Carr. That's a terrific matchup there. As Ohlmiller is shaded on the outside. Ohlmiller working against Rudkin, sends that one wide of the goal. Closest to the ball, where and when it leaves the field on a shot gets possession, so it'll stay with the team in purple. High-scoring Sam Apuzzo works in. Fires, that one's off the post. That'll get her a fresh, it should get her a fresh 60-second shot clock. It does when it hits the goal post like that.
Sam Apuzzo, she is so sneaky. Again, one of the best defensive players for Team USA on her. However, you give her space, she's gonna take the shot.
Sidestepping here, Warden stick check perfectly timed. Emily Peros with a caused turnover. Courtney, you said it about the national team. There are 20 players in Athletes Unlimited that are in the current Team USA player pool. Highly decorated indeed. Perella flashing towards the goal, looks across field. That one's deflected away from Stevens. She's there in a battle with Sarah Brown. Sun setting, the lights starting to take full effect here at Maureen Hendricks Field. The inaugural season of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Pass back behind the cage, inside for the quick stick. Fought off by Hicklin. Katrina Dowd has the rebound. Dowd fumbled it. Kira Pelton close by, and Warden comes up with a scoop.
Joe, we can hear their communication, not just defensively, but offensively. When Courtney Fortunato was cutting for that ball, she was screaming, here, here. Sometimes all you need is a look. Other times you need to give your teammate a little helping hand, letting her know where and when you're going to be cutting.
And that decibel level rises. Your voice gets a little bit louder when you get closer to that cage. Ohlmiller jogging in. Sidestepping Rudkin, who's right there at her hands. The ball bounces into the goal circle. Britt Reed says thanks very much. This is a 2-1 lead. Courtney, you win 20 points each team when you win a quarter. Right now being led by McCool's 2 goals for the team in blue. Peros closing in. Works it quickly back behind the cage. Fortunato sends it up top for McCool outside the 8-meter key. Gets around MC Byrne. Bounce shot at the net. Score! Or are they going to say in the circle? Wash it out. No goal. No goal. It goes back over to Team Ohlmiller. Off the roll, spinning ahead, Caroline Wakefield. Former North Carolina standout. We'll be hearing from Caroline throughout the night when we take you into the game. She's wearing a microphone for us. Sounds of the game have been so great in this season. Now into our 3rd weekend. Ohlmiller, she's had a busy week. Kylie moves it, long range. Taryn Vanthoff fought off by Britt Reed. That was an excellent save to the off hip. Perella fumbled it though out of bounds, right to the waiting MC Byrne. Just a little bit more than 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter and a timeout on the field.
We've seen some great action on the defensive end. Both defenses coming up with plays, starting the transition for their offense. They haven't necessarily translated into goals, but we see each team being aggressive, and that's what you're allowed to do. More contact within this league. Athletes Unlimited, rules are a little bit different than what the general lacrosse fan is used to seeing.
Folks, we want you to get even closer to the game by joining the Unlimited Club for free. Download the Athletes Unlimited app today. You will receive all the latest news and updates into the palm of your hand, stream digital games, unlock special access, and more. If you're looking for even more than that, then be sure to upgrade your membership for a whole year of behind-the-scenes access to all the Athletes Unlimited seasons. Join the players in voting for the game MVPs and the end-of-season awards. Visit auprosports.com. That's auprosports.com to learn more about the Unlimited Club. Make your Geico Unlimited pick to unlock content from your favorite player. Into the eyes, under the helmet of Britt Reed, her team on top by 1. We say thank you to our presenting field partners, the good people at Geico. In this 2-1 game in the early going, just shy of the 6-minute mark. Team Reed with 2 tallies, both from Marie McCool. Marie McCool and Britt Reed, Jersey girls, who played together on club teams when they were in 7th grade together.
Sometimes those are the best connections, those people who you've grown with, playing lacrosse with. I know Britt Reed, when she talked about picking her team before the season even began, we challenged each of the players with what they thought, and she said if she ever had the opportunity, she was going to select a team with who you know the best. I think players that you played with when you were younger certainly count for that. She said good chemistry will be the next super important thing, and then need or position-based.
Britt Reed, as you make your way back to that goal circle, what was going on in the huddle?
Finishing out the quarter, we have 2 minutes left. We got to hold strong, have our energy, stay composed, and play gritty.
Britt, you've had a fast start to this game thus far. How do you finish strong?
By staying composed and gritty, that's going to win us this quarter, and then we'll focus on the next one when we get there.
You keep saying gritty. Leave those goalposts alone. You're slashing the heck out of them. There we go.
Let's go, Blue, right now, Blue!
Reminds me of a young Ron Hextall from the hockey days. Athletes Unlimited going inside the game leaderboard just for the teams that are on the field, and Britt still has control overall, number 19 in the blue.
Again, love that we see goalkeepers at the top of this in addition to attackers, all the way down to midfielder with Van Toff.
Taryn Vanthoff fires, and there's a good step-out save by Britt Reed. That's her second of the game. Every save the goalie makes gets her 6 points. Look at Apuzzo force another turnover. She had 4 of those last weekend. Sam Apuzzo with a forced turnover, that's a plus 12. That's as good as scoring a goal for a player who will definitely get her share of goals. 20 points on the line for the quarter points. It's 2-1 right now in favor of Team Reed in the blue. McCone, her drive was blocked, and that hurt. The follow-through stung the defender up high there. Rudkin slowly back to her feet. Quick word with the athletic trainer, and she's just fine. It was a McCone bid that sailed high, and then Rudkin took the worst of it.
Oh, we see right there, Joe, a stick to the face. That should 100% have been a yellow card. Sometimes not all the referees are in position to see that, but that is not just a foul, but would traditionally be a yellow card.
And a player up in this league for a minute. Team Oldmiller in the purple. Levy fakes over her head, fires, and scores! Beautiful ball fake from Levy to Tally.
Nicole Levy tying things up here in the first. She is so slick with her stick. We saw her really bust out in control during week 2. She does a great job of controlling that defense. When they're all over her, that's when she's performing her best. She does a great job of having outside shots. This one was in tight. However, we see that behind the back fake, defense holding their position, and she's stepping away to give herself more space to finish, tying things up for Team Oldmiller.
Diminutive attacker is listed at 5'2". When she shoots the ball, she's like 7 feet tall. She shoots rockets into the top corner. Levy, another player who's really become comfortable beyond the 8-meter key. So we are 2-2. Should the score stay this way, the points, the 20 points that are available, would carry over to the second frame. Oldmiller's squad in purple scored on its first shot, had missed 5 in a row prior to Levy cashing in. Draw control, another 2 points for Marie McCool. She is a stat point machine. Sydney Pareca, 44 in the blue. As Dowd makes the handoff to McCool, the shot clock is turned off. Team Reed can have the last possession. Sarah Brown running with Sydney Pareca. You hear all the chatter from the defenders inside that key. McCool gets to the elbow, bumped off there by Taryn Vanthoff. Good stick check by Vanthoff, and that forces the turnover. A last-ditch effort now for Team Oldmiller. 10 seconds remaining, or else these 20 quarter points would carry over. The long feed is over the head of Oldmiller. That's a turnover back to Team Reed. 4 miscues for the gals in purple as the opening 8 minutes come to an end. We are 2-2 after the opening quarter, so there are 40 points on the line. In the second frame, tearing it up. We are 2-2 after 8 minutes of play. That means the quarter points carry over. This second quarter is worth 40. We have the players mic'd up. We've been going into the game. We want to start this sequence with Haley Hicklin.
Let's go. Yeah. Sorry. We're getting excited. Yeah, hit the circle. Hit the quan. Hit the quan. Get down low and swing your arms. Best friend. 22, 23.
Real quick, hurry up. Low.
Oh, yeah. All day.
On defense, number 30.
Waiting for the start of the second quarter to begin in a 2-2 game. Marie McCool has a pair for the Team Reed side. Apuzzo and Levy have struck for Kylie Oldmiller's group. Fashion statement question here for you, Courtney. Kylie's about the only player with a jersey tucked in. Care to tell me why?
It's something that's carried through since her collegiate days at Stony Brook. You know, I personally think sometimes your stick can get caught in your jersey, and after it happens once, you never want it to happen again. So, fashion statement, maybe, or smart play to have the stick not get caught in your jersey, more likely.
Kylie Oldmiller, that familiar eye black as she's waiting for the start of the second quarter. She's had a busy week, and she was at a baseball game recently and showing off the first pitch. Not from the mound, by the way. She couldn't get up on the mound. But throwing righty and throwing a strike to the ball girl. So I asked Kylie, I said, predominantly lefty in lacrosse. She goes, oh yeah. Everything, though, that I do to throw a ball or bowling a ball is done righty. I think she told me when it's time to eat, the fork is in her left hand, but throwing a baseball, obviously, not a bad right-handed pitcher.
So many lefties say that. I know I have 3 lefties in my family, 3 daughters. My dad was a lefty, and they often choose to do different things that same way, whether it's eating or maybe basketball. So not surprised with that at all. Or some parents are smart. They know to train their kid as a lefty in sports.
Darn right. We're about a half hour north of Washington, D.C., the home of the Major League Baseball Washington Nationals. That's where Kylie was. A couple of her friends alongside, too, enjoying baseball. And there's a tennis tournament in the area as well. These athletes, once they calm down from their games and from their practices, getting a chance to enjoy the town. Early stages of this second quarter now. Apuzzo off the split dodge, draws the early double. Taryn Vanthoff on the feed. Levy from the sharp angle. As she tried to make that face dodge to get under, she lost the ball. Every turnover is a -8, as you could just see at the top of the screen. This second quarter will be worth 40 points. At the end of our 30-game run, 5 weekends of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, there will only be one champion crowned among these 57 players now performing. Perella dancing at the 8-meter key. Ducks away from the check of Warden. Haley Warden was a captain last week, Court. Her team lost 3 games by the grand total of 4 points. That's how tight and hotly contested it was. Ronbeck fires wide of the goal. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lights are starting to take full effect now at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. 6 seconds to shoot. Wakefield made a good stick check there. Peros floats it to the goal. That's an easy grab for Haley Hicklin.
You know, I think all of our captains each and every week have done a great job of drafting different players to come together. What I find so unique about Athletes Unlimited is obviously each and every week it's unique. These players are more than likely not ever going to play together, all 14 of them. However, maybe a couple here and there. But you have Team Reed. None of these players played together last week. It's not often that you can say that.
Vanthoff runs right into the stick check of Perella. Taryn Vanthoff, who got engaged recently, finds Johansson for a rip, and it's a good save for Reed. Reed, who's been among the league leaders in saves all season long, gets her third on the night. 5.5 to go in what has been a scoreless second quarter. Peros is in no hurry now as she works with Ronbeck. Ronbeck had a hat trick in her last game. Peros is a player who's always quick to pick up the ground balls. Perella was stick checked by Taryn Vanthoff, and Johansson comes spinning out of there. Amanda showing no signs of that bad ankle that she injured during U.S. national team camp.
So very important, giving your body rest. That's exactly what she did. Waiting for the right time to come back. That way she has no problems in the future with it, but certainly not her shiftiness. Nothing is slowing her down right now.
At the offensive end, Team Ohlmiller missing the services of Kayla Trainer, the high-scoring attacker who's not playing in week 3. She's attending to a personal family matter. Levy from outside the arc, or rather the key, thought about it. Warden steps inside that 8-meter key, rolling back against Sydney Parecka. Warden fires, just rolled it wide. Backed up well by Levy. Keeps it hot to Ohlmiller off the sneak. As she's bumped and shoved down, we hear the whistle. That should be a free position for Kylie Ohlmiller.
We're going to see our first one of the game happening in the second quarter. A little bit different. In Athletes Unlimited, it's a free position from that center hash.
Ohlmiller scores! Kylie Ohlmiller found just enough room there.
Kylie Ohlmiller doing a great job of handling that ball under pressure. Through the swinging sticks, she was able to come up with an 8-meter free position, the first one of the game. Nice little riser shot.
Miller just snuck one past Britt Reed, giving her team its first lead on the night. It's 3-2 as we are reaching the midway mark of the second quarter. Folks, you can own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with the first ever Topps trading card set for professional women's lacrosse. This limited edition set features all the athletes, plus additional cards about the league and randomly inserted serial numbered parallels, including player autographs and Nike Golden tickets. Sets will be available to purchase now through August 27th at TOPPS.com. This is the only opportunity to get yours today. Kayla Wood, her side falling earlier. Sammy Jo Tracy there in the female athlete t-shirt had the hat trick for Team Arsenal in a win. And folks, it's time to earn points for watching tonight's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code on the screen into the Athletes Unlimited app. You'll earn those points. If you don't have the app, head over to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and start earning your points. Second quarter unfolding, 4 and change to go in it. Haley Warden teaming up with Kira Pelton. And Pelton, who played collegiately at Stanford, shares it with Amanda Johansson, who played also in California at USC with the women of Troy. Levy on the jump, gets to the inside, fires, missed it there. Levy, Apuzzo, and Ohlmiller on the board in purple. Marie McCool has both goals for the team wearing the blue, Team Reed. 20 seconds to shoot. That was a tough pass. A more difficult catch for Levy. As Cookie Carr says thanks, she'll bring it in off the end line. The clearing efforts are always helped out by this player, Marie McCool, jogging it ahead, uncontested. Sharing the ball with Courtney Fortunato, talented outside shooter for Team Reed. Ronbeck plays one-on-one against Pelton. Ronbeck with a lot of shoulder fakes. Perella fires and scores. That ends a long drought for Team Reed.
Love the back and forth play that we're seeing. Ideally, if one team scores, you want to answer that score, and that's exactly what Team Reed did right here. We see Lindsay Ronbeck shaking and baking, giving herself a little bit of space so that her hands are free to feed. Perella doing a great job. She is such a quick player. She gets a step on her defensive player, and as soon as she has that step, her stick is wide open. We often tell the younger players, all you need is the head of the stick to be able to feed it inside, and she certainly gained that with the speed off of this cut. And again, protection through the swings. Generally, a swinging stick would be a foul. However, no contact with the body, the head. So no foul in Athletes Unlimited. Again, a more physical game.
Alyssa's into double figures in goals this season. She has tallies in 6 of her first 7 outings, and that puts an end to a lengthy Team Reed drought, just shy of 11 minutes since the last strike from Marie McCool. We are 3-all. Fortunato looks for another one here on the run. Bang, bang.
Courtney Fortunato, she does such a great job of being a power shooter, getting her hands free, challenging, having those low angle shots. But it's the battle at this draw control. You want to honor the shooter, and right there, looked like she didn't have much of an angle, but that's something that she has taken down that right alley several games previously. Her hands are up far and away as she drives them. Again, everybody's trying to play catch up in transition straight from the draw.
Fortunato, 8 seconds after Perella, gives Team Reed the lead. Courtney Fortunato, she was terrific last week. She earned the 2nd most leaderboard points of any player on the circuit, and her total now is just shy of 650 overall. The officials, Patty Kletcher-Porter, Erica Leslie, Ronnie Anton, and Peg
Salucci. A 1-point goal. So we're looking at the athlete, the player, where she took the shot from.
Fortunato, who bagged 7 goals last weekend alone, gets on the board in this game, 14 of 30 this season. The officials will look at the tablet and check out her foot position. Was she on the line of the 8-meter key when she delivered the ball? Courtney, my vote is that that's a 1.
I'd love to see this zoomed in shot right here a little bit. It looks good to me. I think the referees have that capability. They're looking at the iPads. They're going to zoom in on this shot.
That plant foot was behind the line.
Right? From that other angle, it's clear as day, but I know that they're going to zoom in. They want to make sure they have that right call. They've been doing a great job off of every challenge that we have seen, looking at it from every angle, zooming things in when they can. And right there, her foot looks like it's on the line, but from another angle, it's clear as day that it is not on the line and should be counted as a 2-point.
We have the decision.
I got right here. Yeah, it was 1. Yeah.
The signal of 1 has been made. And that's an important decision because that gives Fortunato and Team Reed the 1-point advantage in the second quarter. This second quarter is worth 40 points since we were tied 2-2 after 1. As far as the in-game leaderboard is concerned, these players jockeying for position who are on the field now, wearing the blue and the purple.
Okay, so I need handles. Yeah, that's great. Okay, I'm good. Hold it. Ready.
Line up the draw specialists. And away we go. Johansson covers a lot of ground around that circle. 7 in the purple. Off the ground ball. Carr overruns it. Johansson from her knees. And that's speared by Apuzzo with 2:32 to go. And a whistle. And an officials conference.
Yep. They both teams ran over. They thought there was possession, so we're going to need AP. Okay, but you have 4 blues over there, only 3 purples. Now, what are you talking about? Yeah, so who, we had offsides, both teams?
No, they came in too soon, before possession.
Okay, early entry. Okay, so the call is...
The ball went over this receiving line. It was over?
Yes.
It was over.
As the officials go point by point to decide where we should restart things and whose possession it should be, we tell you it's a 4-3 game for Team Reed. The last goal provided by Courtney Fortunato. And after the huddle, there's one more conversation with the table. And possession for Team Ohlmiller in purple. Apuzzo jogs it ahead. She's been matched up with Kristen Carr throughout. Levy trying to get the jump on her defender. Geiger did a nice job of running her off the angle there. Possession still belongs to Ohlmiller. And a new shot clock. Johansson inside the key, rattles the post. Off the frame and out. Picked up on the move by Carr, and Kristen will sprint towards the midline, forced back. Good ride by Amanda Johansson. Rutgens next. She hails from San Diego, California. Ronbeck peeking back behind the cage. Pelton is there stalking her with 1:35 to go in the half. Ronbeck lost that one out the head of her cross. Dowd is next in line. Katrina with a magical stick work picked up by MC Byrne. Shot clock's at 18. Fortunato from the top on the dead run. Slings that one high. 9 seconds left to shoot. 1:09 in the quarter. Fortunato thought about the 2, lost it on the transition, and that's a shot clock violation and a turnover against Team Reed. Bounding back upfield. Bringing it ahead was Wakefield. Remember, those 40 points are on the line in the second quarter. Right now, Team Reed has the advantage.
At this point, you just want to tie it up. Not sure if they're going to go for the 2-point. We've definitely seen less challenges of 2 points than you have and just looking for the tie and pushing those points to that next quarter.
Ohlmiller's roll dodge well defended by Perella. Shot clock's turned off. Taryn Vanthoff, 20 seconds left in the half. Vanthoff off the sweep, gets inside. She snapped it wide. Apuzzo is there on the backup. Apuzzo brings it right in on the quick restart, feeds it on the skip. Quick stick score! A gorgeous play. Amanda Johansson's first in Athletes Unlimited.
So very crafty. I love when teams are utilizing the quick starts coming in from out of bounds. Right here we see Sam Apuzzo bringing that ball in after that last shot. And a last-ditch effort. Johansson, she's such a tall target. If you just put the ball up, it's almost like a dunk. She's able to get a nice little quick stick, but she uses every extension that she has. She's definitely a tall player out there, has better reach than I'd say any one of those defenders right now.
Amanda said she was attracted to the game-breaking stuff within Athletes Unlimited. Have a look from the goal cam, beautifully positioned there. Johansson, while she was injured, Court, she was a facilitator, right? An advisor, a helper. The facilitator for Team Ohlmiller this week is Lauren Skelchok. Facilitator for Team Reed is Abby Jackson. In the final 6 seconds of the half, Apuzzo works it quickly. Taryn Vanthoff bounced it wide. And we are going to carry over again. A 4-4 score, each quarter tied up 2 apiece. So that third quarter will be worth 60 points per player.
Listen, these two teams are battling back and forth. You appreciate what they're doing on both ends of the field, causing turnovers, working together, seeing a lot of two-man game out there in addition to sweeps. So I expect to see this game continue on in this tight contest. Otherwise, defense is changing, which will definitely wreak some havoc for the offense.
4 all, tearing it up. A low-scoring first 16 minutes today with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, the Friday Night Lights. Team Reed and Team Ohlmiller deadlocked at 4 apiece. These great athletes, they play professionally in Athletes Unlimited. They also star on their national teams. Goalie Britt Reed explains why she'll be playing against Team USA next year.
I'm playing for Team England. It's meaningful to me because my dad grew up in England, was born and raised. My whole family still lives there. My aunts, my uncles, my 2 brothers, my sister, my nieces and my nephews. My dad, my freshman year, passed away of a brain bleed in England. So I feel like playing for Team England is me representing him and his hometown and everything he's about. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Playing against other national teams, making connections, meeting people from different countries that you've never met, learning about different nationalities, and there's much more to it than just lacrosse.
As we've come to get to know Britt Reed, we can understand what kind of a person and player she is, and I know that next season when she's wearing the colors for Team England, it'll be so incredibly special for her.
You know, Britt is just one of those players. She's so very focused, diligent on her craft, but obviously overcoming an adversity, loss of a parent is so very difficult. However, she handled it with such grace and just wants to be able to honor him playing for that home country.
4-4, low scoring. Any reason why we are seeing the games be low scoring? Earlier today, it was a 9-7 win for Team Arsenal over Team Wood. Is there a reason why the defense is ahead of the offense on a Friday?
You know, I think at this point, the teams are smart. They're strategizing. They've seen one another enough times to know the tendencies of these attackers, and they're taking away options as opposed to having a guessing game out there, which is what we saw earlier on.
Defense has been good, goalie play has been good, and as a result, we are 4-4 at the halftime break. Britt Reed doing her job, standing up tall. The goals have been hard to come by as we take you inside that huddle there with Team O'Miller at the half, a 4-4 count with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Fans, you can join us at Marine Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex for game day, and you can do so on this coming Sunday. In fact, tickets are still available for select dates at auprosports.com. That's auprosports.com/tickets/lacrosse. Playing in front of friends and family tonight as we have this lacrosse action for you. Joe Beninati with Courtney Martinez-Connor. Courtney, the sun is set, the temperature is dropped. Which players on the field benefit the most?
First and foremost, the midfielders. They're running back and forth so much. We've seen some turnovers. Each team has suffered. However, they're the ones who have the full length of the field to run. Everybody else just to the half field line. So when it's not 90 degrees and 90% humidity, it's definitely to their benefit.
Let's get you to the scoring summary, the highlights from the opening half in a seesaw game. On the run to get things started, Marie McCool.
Marie McCool doing what she does best, and that's showing her speed and athleticism. But then to answer right back, we had Sam Apuzzo off of that sweep, the little 2-man. And again, you have Marie McCool, 2-man game from behind the goal cage. Nothing had been assisted to date.
Watch this, beautiful over the shoulder fake, and then the sidewinder upstairs from Nicole Levy.
Starting the second quarter, we had O'Miller with the first and only 8-meter free position shot, and then Alyssa Perella showing her power and her range.
Perella's been a shooting star in the last few games. This is Fortunato tiptoeing around that 2-point line.
And then one of my favorite goals to end that second half, Amanda Johansson. This is just her first game in after coming back from an injury. First game with the team. Great job.
Amanda, you could see from that huddle, towering over the pack there at 5'11". 4-4 through 2 quarters. Look at all the shots for Team O'Miller.
Two biggest things that stand out. Team O'Miller is taking shots. They're in the purple jersey, 17 compared to 8 by Team Reed. And then you have the draws won. 6 by Team O'Miller, 3 by Team Reed. Generally, you want those to translate into goals. However, the score is tied at 4-4.
Looks like we're going to have Angie Benson warming up, maybe coming on for action in the second half. O'Miller and Reed tied up at 4. The Geico leaderboard, Kayla Wood, dressed in gold, finally tasting defeat earlier today, but still sitting on top of the leaderboard.
Sitting on top of the leaderboard because she has 6 wins to her name. Same thing with Katie Glynn. However, Team Orange, Arsenal, they moved up in the ranks after knocking off Team Wood. And then we're going to see continually Team O'Miller, Team Reed in the purple and the blue moving up the leaderboard as the game continues on, especially if they're winning quarters.
In blue, Team Reed gets set for the start of the third right after these words. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. These two teams are deadlocked at 4. They've been tied up at 2 apiece in each frame. Number 4, Katrina Dowd giving the marching orders. Caroline Wakefield awaiting the resumption of play in quarter number 3 in this tight one. Folks, our players were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection and how it affected their career. Let's listen in to Believe You Will from Mira Shane.
I think I go back to really thinking about all the gratitude that I have for my parents and my roots. My parents, as I call them the checkerboard sometimes, but my mom as a white woman and my dad as a black man, I think that we've gone through our own trials and tribulations through themselves being an interracial couple, myself being someone who's biracial and who in some spaces has been white passing, in some spaces hasn't known where I fit in. I've been black, I've been white, I've been this milk chocolate mixture, but I think that why I believe in myself is just what all they've given to me, and all the things that they had growing up or might not have had. That's where I really find inspiration. They created this foundation for me to launch myself, to be able to play sax, to run to a rehearsal, to get on the field, to be sweaty in a band rehearsal, to be sweaty in the choir room. And I think it goes back to the moments of my dad dropping off my lunch when I forgot it at home, or my mom, you know, giving me a hug, being like, how are you today? With her therapist self specializing in adolescent girls. So I think, you know, it's my roots and it's my parents.
We heard DJ Miracle there, Mira Shane, drop it in that she played jazz sax in 3rd grade. She was a classical piano player in kindergarten. She loves her music. Goalie coach presently with the Wolverines in Ann Arbor. Big numbers there during her collegiate time. Mira Shane, Believe You Will, presented by Guaranteed Rate. Mira's been teamed up with Britt Reed, and Britt's been hogging that goal circle. She should. She has the reason to, since she's a captain and among the top 4 on the overall leaderboard. And Mira is patiently waiting for her chance to play. As we bring you into the game, let's start with Britt Reed.
Guys, this quarter is worth like more points. Let's just try to win it, stay in the moment. I think on attack, keep that ball movement. That's when you guys look great, and like defense, keep the energy up. We'll come out on top if we do that.
Right now, she's the only person with the ball on her stick. Like, let's go. I think we need to lock in. If you need a call for it, like, be like, it's an ISO, so we know to send too. She's gonna drag you all the way around. It's gonna be a 10-second hold. Let's be ready for that.
Ashley, come here. So on that shot, pretend like you're taking an alley shot.
Yep.
Right?
I did.
Instead of being here on her,
Gotta be on her stick.
be right here, so then she can only shoot high here or low.
Got it.
She can't get it around me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Let's go, JoJo! Hell yeah! That was sick! Let's go, JoJo's first goal! More like Air Joe. She deserves this number right now, man. She is MJ.
Air Joe. Give her 23. Why not? Caroline Wakefield says, Court, that she's a type A personality. You couldn't tell, could you, from her microphone there?
She is so vocal, and I love it. Not just directing to other defensive players, but she's active. She's a personality.
Definitely a vocal leader, a communicator, and a darn good defender. As we get the third quarter rolling with you, Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, this inaugural season of play. Athletes Unlimited launched in 2020 with softball in Chicago, in March of 2021, volleyball in Dallas. Now we have lacrosse some 30 miles north of Washington, D.C., here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. A new softball season soon to begin in the latter stages of this month. Great time to be involved with Athletes Unlimited. 4-all, third quarter here. 60-second shot clock on the spin. Fortunato's had the ball in her cross a lot. She teams up with Emily Peros. Then McCool off the split dodge against McCone. Score! Marie McCool has the hat trick.
Marie McCool does so much of the dirty work, whether it's winning a draw control or winning a ground ball. 2 points each in her name, but it's the goal scoring. Goals are worth 12 points, and she makes it look so easy. We see that slight little stutter step, and then immediately dragging that defender from the left to the right. That nice little split setup that she does, again, shooting low and away with not a lot of angle. It looks kind of easy because she just floats out there, but it's anything but.
Angie Benson has taken over for Haley Hicklin in goal. You see 77, just beaten to the punch there by McCool. McCool into the arms of her mate, Emily Peros. It's a 5-4 advantage for the team in the blue jerseys. Team Reed and Team Oldmiller, they are fighting for 60 points that are on the line in this third quarter. The first two quarters of this game have been tied up at 2 apiece, so this third frame is worth 60. Overall, if you win the game, you get 45. Top of the screen, you're seeing how some of the individual points are doled out. Amanda Johansson had her first goal in Athletes Unlimited back in the opening half. Haley Warden working in. Shaded there by McCool, who plays really well at both ends. McCone for Johansson. Rolling back into some trouble. Perella's right there on her stick. Levy outside the 8-meter key. You score from there, they'll give you 2 points, and you'll get 16 for yourself. Boisterous communication again at this end of the field. McCool sitting down there defensively on Warden. Ball put down on the turf. Levy has 8 seconds to shoot. At the elbow, Warden. Quick stick there from Johansson, sent wide. Apuzzo kept it hot, but this will be a shot clock violation against the team in purple, Team Oldmiller.
That's a tough one, with Team Reed picking up the ball in transition, already doing a lot of the work, having a ton of time on the clock with that overthrown pass.
Alyssa Perella says she wants to play fast and be disruptive. She's been scoring with great regularity in the last 4 games. Fortunato likewise rolling in. Bounce shot from Perella, easy pickings there. As it was partially blocked, Benson made the save, give her 6 points. Sarah Brown looks for Warden midfield. as Team Oldmiller tries to get back into a level playing field, or should they can one for two, take the lead. Kylie Oldmiller, 71 in the purple, the captain. She's captained before in the first 2 weeks of Athletes Unlimited. McCone was fouled on her way to the goal. Marie McCool was a disbeliever. McCone has a free position shot to come against Britt Reed. McCone crosses over and scores! Lindsay McCone loves that little fold over release.
Lindsay McCone, she's a freight train in the middle of the field, but this time it's at the 8-meter free position. It's just the second one of the game. A little bit of a different take than the first one that we saw. As she takes off, she hedges away from that stick side. Again, shooting low and away, tying things up.
Haley Hicklin from starting goalie to top cheerleader now. It's a 5-5 score in the third quarter. Team Reed against Team Oldmiller. Fans, when you join us in person at Maureen Hendricks Field, you can get an exclusive NFT. It's a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. All you have to do is be here in person and scan the QR code. We'll roll out a new limited edition NFT each fan game this season. Get your tickets and start collecting today. For your tickets, auprosports.com is the place to check it out. Courtney, have a peek at how Sam Apuzzo's point total breaks down. Win points, stat points, and MVP-wise.
She's done everything that she needs to do on the field. You look at those stats, she's second with 244. MVP, it's because she does her job on the field and her teammates look at that, the opponent's award. However, you must be on a winning team in order to also move up in the leaderboard, and that's the biggest part where Sam Apuzzo has lacked in getting points.
A player on the player executive committee, it was Michelle Tumalo, who really sold Apuzzo on Athletes Unlimited being different than what they had experienced before as professionals. The athletes are loving what's unfolding this summer here, just about 30 miles north of DC. Along with Courtney Martinez-Connor, I'm Joe Beninati. A shout out of thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew. Last time we were with you, if you remember, we were playing through a deluge. They had to replace a lot of the sod inside the 8-meter key, and they did so with game-ready sod from a turf farm in New Jersey. Kentucky bluegrass. Apuzzo working inside the 8-meter key now. Levy fakes off the roll dodge. It's the same kind of field turf grass that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Philadelphia Eagles use in the NFL. Taryn Vanthoff, quick stick score! Beautiful passing play, and Apuzzo cashes in.
Team Oldmiller really playing together. Off of that cut, you could hear Sam Apuzzo scream, Taryn. And sometimes you already know where your players are going to be. It's no problem giving them that extra little cue right here. Taryn in past games has played a lot of defense, and we're seeing her a lot more on the offensive end of the field for Team Oldmiller. Right now, she's challenging down low. Her head is up. She's not slowing that ball down. She knows a teammate's calling her name, and if you put it in the air, that's a signature Sam Apuzzo right there. Jumping, catching that ball, controlling it all in one while finishing.
And it wasn't like Kristen Carr was far away from her defensively. It turns out to be a tally for Apuzzo, her second on the night. Remember, there are 60 points on the line for each player. Whoever wins this third quarter gets 60 points. Couple of goals in less than a minute now. McCone's free position, Apuzzo with a quick stick, and it's Team Oldmiller on top. At the draw circle, Warden had that knocked away from her cross, but draw control to Johansson. Give her 2 points. Fast break, Apuzzo now. Moving it quickly, coming to the point. Taryn Vanthoff. Great job by Team Reed, though. They jumped quickly back into the defensive hole. 6-on-6 at this end of the field. 60-second shot clock in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. The goals are about 80 yards apart from goal line to goal line. We play 10-on-10. There are 4 subs On a backdoor cut, Apuzzo walks in. That's too easy for one of the best goal scorers in the world.
Sam Apuzzo showing her lacrosse IQ. When a defensive player is going to deny you the ball, we see number 83 in blue there creeping out, denying her getting the ball, and she says, okay, I'm going to backdoor you. Anytime a defensive player is moving at you one way and she turns her head slightly, you want to make sure to cut straight to the goal, and that's exactly what Sam did. And then ended with that nice little hitch fake right before she's taking a shot one-on-one with the keeper.
Taryn Vanthoff, 81 in the purple, put that one right on a platter for Apuzzo. A layup makes it 7-5. Team Ohlmiller leads in the third quarter now. Those 60 valuable points are on the line. 3 minutes and 43 seconds still left in the frame. We've played 13 games, Courtney, in Athletes Unlimited. 8 of the first 13 have been decided by 2 points or less. It looks like we're shaping up for another nail-biter tonight. Johansson's been a ground ball vacuum in this game. 7 in the purple, playing her first game after coming off the injured list.
I'd say the captains are certainly doing their homework, doing their job as they pick each week. These teams have not played together before. They have a small amount of practices before they get together for weekend games, and it's unique for that particular weekend. They're not all 14 going to be playing together.
McCone off the face dodge, works the flip there to Apuzzo, thinking about a 2-point shot from behind the 8-meter key. Work it inside, Levy's run to the ditch there defensively by Geiger. Shot clock's at 15. McCone off the roll, here comes the double team help from Pareca. Levy for 2! That scorcher went wide. Ohlmiller, quick restart. 3 seconds, then 2 now on the 60-second shot clock. It's a turnover against Ohlmiller's group, and you'll watch Reed start the clear. With Katrina Geiger, who played collegiately at Loyola, loved it so much that she named her dog after the facility, right after the stadium. She named her golden retriever Ridley.
It's a pretty cute name.
I like it. Perella works it on around for Peros. A dynamo back in the day with North Carolina. I love what she said about North Carolina as Ronbeck fires that one wide. Emily said North Carolina was the right choice for her at age 16 and again at age 29 now that she's back on the coaching staff.
She's been a long-time coach, but going back to anyone's alma mater, has all the feels. You're able to give back to a program that had once given you so much.
Teams are taking a timeout break. We'll stay right here and thank our presenting field partners, the good people at Geico, for all of their support in 2021 with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. A 7-5 advantage for Team Ohlmiller if you're just jumping on board with us. Sam Apuzzo has taken over lately, her last 2 goals, lifting the team in purple to the 2-goal advantage. Apuzzo has another hat trick. What else is new? Folks, we invite you to head to auprosports.com. That's where you can get your Athletes Unlimited gear. Don't forget to follow on social at AU Pro Sports for exclusive inside content. As we see the huddle and the conversation continuing in the final 2 minutes, we should tell you again, Court, the first 2 quarters were tied, so each of those 20-point frames has carried over. This third quarter is super valuable. 60 points for everybody on your roster.
60 points, and that is going to bump each individual player up by that total. That's a huge benefit if Team Ohlmiller in purple is able to walk away with that. Again, they have just about 2 minutes left. We heard Lauren Skelchek talking in that huddle, giving direction. She's that team's facilitator.
In this 7-5 game, as the players get back to the surface, we show you the in-game leaderboard. These are the players who are involved in this contest right now. Britt Reed still in the number 6 position. She began the weekend 3rd overall on the leaderboard. Earlier today, Dempsey Arsenal's team put down Kayla Woods by the final of 9-7. Those two players still among the overall leaders. Courtney Fortunato gaining ground quickly, has moved among the top 10.
If you looked at all of those players minus Courtney Fortunato, they had all begun with Kylie Ohlmiller on that original team gold that came out with 3 consecutive wins.
Ronbeck inside, she stashes it. Lindsay Ronbeck.
Lindsay Ronbeck using her speed, this time dodging not from the top, but from around the back of the goal cage. We call that flipping the field. Sometimes just dodging from a different area, mixes up the defense, gives you a little bit of a lane. Her head was up right there. We saw her freezing her defensive player. That little stop and go is what helped her in dodging around not just 1, but 2 defensive players and giving her a better angle on the goal.
Her strong showing last weekend, Courtney, Lindsay Ronbeck, she moved up 21 places in the draft back on Monday. Every Monday we draft new teams in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. You can join me and Dana Boyle, former Virginia Cavalier midfielder, for the draft on Facebook Live this coming Monday. That's how these teams change from week to week. Captains changing, the overall leaderboard shuffling. The top 4 on the leaderboard get to pick new sides. In this third quarter alone, Team Ohlmiller has taken 4 of the 5 at the draw circle. That trend will not continue this time, although Peros was stick checked in one fell swoop by Wakefield. Ball down, overrun there by Stevens, and it is McCone who comes up with it. 2 more points for her. The third quarter on the line, 60 points. Right now it's being led by Team Ohlmiller, 3-2.
When you have possession of the ball, you're able to control the game. Yes, there's a 60-second shot clock, but they want to make sure to eat up as much time as possible. Again, giving away any opportunities to Team Reed, who's going to ultimately have one last possession with the ball.
And just keep force-feeding 14 in the purple. Apuzzo has the hot hand. Ohlmiller knows that. She's a great setup person. Bang! On the run, Johansson with her second, but they're going to wash it out. No goal. Johansson's tally taken off the board. It would have been her second quick stick. The outlet pass is over the top of Rudkin. A turnover back to Ohlmiller. 40 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. And Ohlmiller's side can run away and hide and bank 60 points should they choose. With all the carryovers from the first and second quarter, this third frame is worth 60. Levy jogging outside, well outside the 8-meter key. She gets trapped, tries to put on a fancy move. She was doubled on the sideline, coughs it back up. And away comes Team Reed. Not able to clear was McCool. This is unsettled. Apuzzo on the shovel. Gets help from Warden, knifing to the net. She bounced it wide. Haley Warden scolding herself there. Third quarter comes to an end. The 60 points, though, will put some salve on that wound after the miss. Team Ohlmiller gets 60 points for winning the third quarter. As we will get you back for an exciting finish in the fourth, taking over this town. As we show you the scoreboard in this Friday night Athletes Unlimited lacrosse game, Team Reed and Team Oldmiller, they battled to a draw in the first quarter and second quarter. So that third was worth 60 points. And it's the Sam Apuzzo hat-trick goal that has given Oldmiller the lead. And you see, Courtney, as Kylie's team takes all 60 down for each player on their roster.
That's one of the things that the athletes love so much. Obviously, an overall win counts. However, that would mean with a win and then a fourth quarter, that winning team would gain just 65 points.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse launched athlete causes in partnership with the Give Lively Foundation. Let's hear for the cause from Lindsay McCone.
Hi, my name is Lindsay McCone, and I am playing for Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation is a foundation that helps kids who are struggling with cancer and fighting cancer. It helps bring, work on research and really empower sick kids who need some help. And I'm playing for Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation because my brother passed away from cancer 2 years ago when he was 17. So it obviously means a lot to me to play for a bunch of kids who are so strong, and the least I can do is play well and try and help them the best that I possibly can.
Lindsay McCone overcoming so much adversity throughout her career. You heard about her brother's passing. The cause that she chose, obviously so very close to home. But that same year, she had her high school coach pass away. So most definitely, Alex's Lemonade Stand, near and dear to her heart. Opponent, Katrina Geiger, her same cause as Alex's Lemonade Stand. Oftentimes you see athletes, opponents coming together and sharing stories.
Lindsay's teammate Caroline Wakefield's wearing a microphone for us. Let's go into the game with 23.
Check me out.
Yeah, dude.
Cut. I'll feed you all day.
Okay.
All day. If I'm running in there, if you just cut, I'll feed you all day. Check it out. Hey, 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 hey. I'm about to pop off this quarter. Watch out, everybody. I'm about to pop off this quarter. I am due. I had a Gatorade twitch. You guys haven't even seen nothing yet. Dude. Did we win that? We won that?
And that's the end of the third quarter.
Let's go!
Team Oldmiller 7.
Great job.
So that's how you react when you get 60 win points, right? For winning the quarters as they carried over from the first to the second to the third. Wakefield just keeps talking. She's going to be in Fortunato's ear all day long in the fourth quarter.
I think that's a strategy of hers, right? Get them relaxed, and then you take the ball away.
She's something else. We knew once we had her mic'd up that it could be a 60-minute show all for herself. As Fortunato backs away, this is the fourth quarter now. Team Oldmiller working against Team Reed. Oldmiller in purple, Reed in blue. Dempsey Arsenal squad. A winner earlier today over Kayla Woods by a 9-7 score. We are 7-6. Friday night under the lights. Ball down. Peros didn't come up with a scoop. Yes, she did. She does have it in her cross, and now with 27 seconds on the 60-second shot clock, Fortunato works in against Pelton. Pelton stays with her stride for stride. Beautiful change of direction there from Fortunato. McCool on the hop, working in against McCone. McCool skipping on through. Peros fires. Good save by Benson. Rebound score! Popped in by Dowd.
Finishing the play, Team Reed tying up the score. Katrina Dowd getting on the scoreboard. So we look at this entire offensive set. Marie McCool giving a nice skip pass over to her former UNC coach, Emily Peros, with that nice little bouncer, ultimately finishing the play. Katrina Dowd off of that little bounce. It's so deflating for the defense after you've made one stop. Tremendous save by Angie Benson. Not able to come up with it, but Katrina Dowd finishing it off for Team Reed.
Angie Benson in the cage, taking over for Haley Hicklin in this second half. Watch that explosive first step, but you need to have the ball on the cross. The rebound is costly, and Reed's team celebrates, led by Mira Shane on that sideline. Katrina Dowd's 8th on the season. She's had 3 different 2-goal games in the campaign. This game has been back and forth, back and forth. This is the 6th different tie at 7-7. Courtney, do you like wall ball very much as a training skill regimen?
Absolutely, especially anytime that you're by yourself, all you need to do is find a wall.
Katrina Dowd says she doesn't care for it at all because she hates to stand still.
Well, not surprised by that at all. She's definitely very active on the field, always has been. That's why she likes all of her trick shots. Her collegiate nickname was Trixie.
You figured me out real quickly there. Johansson outside the 8-meter key. Shifty moves, rangy midfielder looks to get inside. Amanda Johansson, who was a facilitator the first couple of weeks in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Apuzzo had that shot altered, and it was taken out of the air by Reed. Give Reed another 6 points for that goalie save. It's clearing time for Rutkin and the team in blue. Perella is a powerful strider in the open field. She looks for Dowd, that pass gets away. Turnover, back to Team Ohlmiller. In the 4th quarter, we've just drifted below 6 minutes to go in regulation. If these teams are tied at the end of regulation, there will be a 3-minute sudden victory overtime. If there's no winning goal in that time frame, potentially we have a shootout to settle matters. Long way between now and then. Ohlmiller just walks it in against Rutkin. Ohlmiller on the hop. Kylie lost her defender, fires, and that's stopped again by Reed. She saw it knee high. On the clear, it gets away from Peros. Pelton picks it up. She'll start the counterattack. Ohlmiller picking up the pace now. 5 minutes to go in the 4th. Levy off the curl. Levy thought about it from 2. Dips inside, gets underneath, and scores! Nicole Levy.
A little bit of a change up on her shot there. Sometimes it's not how hard you can shoot it, but how well you place it.
8-7 in the 4th. The 4th quarter even at $1 apiece. Levy, she was thinking about the long range. She settled for something in close. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Thinking back, what was it, about 3 weeks ago during Media Day, we were able to talk to these tremendous athletes. Wood and Wakefield there, Shane, have fun with them, see them express their personalities. This is a great group that has blossomed now in the professional ranks, and we are enjoying a Friday night game with all of them. Most recently, Nicole Levy's 2nd tally on the board has made it an 8-7 contest.
Nicole Levy, such a smart player right here. She goes for the time and room, fakes it, and then another Twizzler fake. That's a lot of faking out there, not just with the defensive players right here. Freezes that defender, makes her think she's taken that shot. She says, I'm smarter than that. I don't want to leave the game. It's important to note that if an attacker takes a shot and hits a defender from the knees up, it's an immediate red card. So I love how she froze the defense and then continued challenging.
Continues to be a thorn in the side of the defense is Nicole Levy. She's got goals in 5 of her 7 games in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. This one is spiked down. Pelton trying to dig it loose. Dowd there as well. And off the ground, it belongs to Molly Stevens. Stevens, a former Florida Gator captain, leaves it on to Marie McCool. McCool has a hat trick tonight. Marie McCool, as we started play this weekend, the law firm of Apuzzo, Cummings, and McCool were the only 3 that had stat points over 200. All of those adding up on the leaderboard. Ronbeck will take it for a ride and find McCool. Halfway through the 60-second shot clock. Almost halfway through the 4th quarter. Ronbeck peering through, looking for a passing lane. She'll roll and find Fortunato. Courtney off the split. Long range. That was stopped neatly by Benson, and this time there's no rebound.
Those quick releases that Courtney has can often catch the goalkeeper off guard. However, Angie Benson, after missing last week with an injury, she came back and she's in full force. She's seeing the ball very well.
Playing goal for Team Ohlmiller that continues to miss the services of injured defender Tiana Walfer. Ohlmiller looks inside. There's Apuzzo on the run. Defended by Carr. She just missed that far post. Apuzzo dusting herself off, gets ready for the next offensive chance. Amanda Johansson's been an interesting addition to the offense. Good save there. Reed fought that one off. Follow-up. Score! Over the shoulder. The patented Apuzzo leap.
Britt Reed doing a great job of stopping that first shot. However, Kylie Ohlmiller said the play is not done yet. Great job. We always talk about her ability to score goals as well as assist. Amanda Johansson here. That nice quick save. First ground ball missed. Kylie Ohlmiller with a behind the back. That's awareness. Aware of where you're at within that 8-meter space. She immediately scoops that ball up, sees that no defender is behind her. Defender was in front, denying that regular shot. May seem flashy, but it was the smartest shot to take in that moment.
Apuzzo gave it her patented jump celebration. Ohlmiller clapping her hands, back waiting for this draw control in what is now a 9-7 lead for her squad. They are outscoring Team Reed 2-1 in the 4th, leading overall by 2.
Yep. Watch straight up. Okay, so we're rolled a little bit. Hold it. Good. Hold it. Ready.
Warden and McCool listening to the instructions of Patty Kletcher-Porter, our head official. Draw possession belongs to Carr, racing in. Carr on the feed. Dowd didn't make a clean catch there. Katrina working for a ground ball, and it's taken to safety by Wakefield. Down the alleyway for Ohlmiller, less than 3 minutes to go in regulation. Apuzzo didn't make the catch there. Turnover against the team dressed in purple. Alyssa Perella wasting no time, tiptoeing that sideline. She'll bring it back ahead. 2.5 left in the 4th. The team in blue trailing by 2. It's captain, goalie Britt Reed. Ronbeck can be explosive from back behind the cage, working against Wakefield. Perella missed there on that Twizzler release. Dowd comes up with a good ground ball in traffic. It's bounced loose and played to Johansson. She'll come back to Benson, and now Ohlmiller can slow it down. 2 minutes away from victory lane with a 2-point lead. Every moment counts. It's a compressed, energetic, exciting Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse season. Tomorrow we reach the midway mark Team Oldmiller has a date with Team Wood at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Team Reed will square off with the Dempsey Arsenal's troops at 6.
Team Oldmiller once again managing the clock very well, making sure to eat up just about every one of those 60 seconds, giving less time to Team Reed to score at the other end of the field.
Johansson gets away from Peros. Peros forces the turnover. That's plus 12 for Emily there on the caused turnover. 2 points more on the ground ball. Geiger running for cover, bats it to the sideline. Now Dowd comes up, and we'll check and see if there is a timeout available with 1:04 to go and Team Reed down by 2. Perella working inside, score! My apologies, that's Molly Stevens, 17, not 47. Molly Stevens going to the goal has made it a 1-point game.
Molly Stevens struggling with some handles early on in the game, but finishes it when it counts. In transition, a fast break from the opposite end of the field. Emily Peros doing the dirty work, causing a turnover. Love that quick little finish. She pulled it across her face. The stick is in her right hand. We see that sliding defender. She brings it to that weak side, doesn't switch hands, but is able to come off with a quick pull, cradle, and finish. Catching Angie Benson off guard, not expecting that shot. She had a little bit of time. I think she thought she was going to bring it behind the goal cage and swing it.
Former Big East Attacker of the Year, Molly Stevens. Played collegiately at Florida, was the Gators' captain. 9-8. Oldmiller squad has the lead. Our Geico defensive plays of the game turned in by the netminder, Britt Reed.
Britt Reed with the Geico defensive play of the game. She does such a great job of remaining calm in the cage. Not just point blank saves, feeds inside. We've seen a range from her, holding her ground, being patient, exploding to the ball. Great job by Britt Reed, defensive play of the game.
Facilitator Abby Jackson there in the ear of Britt Reed as we look into that huddle. 9-8 for Oldmiller. At the end of the season, we will be awarding the Geico Defensive Player of the Year. This Athletes Unlimited award comes with an additional $5,000 bonus for the winner. In-game leaderboard. These players working on the field right now with less than a minute to go in the fourth. Each team has a timeout remaining in what is a 1-goal game. We focus in at the draw circle. Overall, Team Oldmiller leads in that category +5. Kylie gnawing on that mouthpiece, hoping that her side will win this draw with the help of Haley Warden. McCool pops it straight up for Reed, and it belongs to Kristen Carr. Whistle blares out. Going to keep possession with Carr and Team Reed. Trailing by 1, shot clock's turned off. A 1-pointer ties it, a 2-pointer would give you the lead if you were so bold as to take it now. McCool, who has the hat trick on the night. Picked up by Taryn Vanthoff off the sweep. McCool didn't pull the trigger just yet. Shares the ball with Ronbeck. Ronbeck has her defender Wakefield hung up. Feed it inside. Ball caroms down. Time 13 seconds left. Ground ball to Team Reed. Still alive. Peros on the flip. McCool closing in. McCool 4 seconds to shoot it. That pass is low. And Oldmiller's squad's going to hang on for the 9-8 decision, and they come bounding off the bench.
Great job for Team Oldmiller with that long defensive stand. About a minute once that last draw control was taken, and they were defensive stalwarts. Team Reed had an extra timeout. Surprised they didn't take it just to kind of slow things down and talk about it, but that was definitely to Team Old Miller's benefit.
The fourth quarter tied up 2-2. When in that situation, those 20 points in the fourth go to the team that's victorious. So in the last half a minute, 65 more points for everybody on Team Old Miller's side. It was a wild last 20 seconds, Court. The chance, the opportunity was there for Team Reed.
With 20 seconds to go, that's a lot of time to score a goal. They just looked a little bit frantic. They gained possession again. A timeout would have been great to call and set up an offensive play, because ultimately they weren't able to end in a shot, and obviously that's how you can tie things up to even the score and send it into overtime. But great job once again to Team Old Miller. Their defensive stance, they did a great job within those final 20 seconds to the full minute.
As they go through the handshake line, Team Old Miller picking up another close game. That's all we seem to play in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. This time, Friday night under the lights, and the shooting star, once again, Sam Apuzzo.
Sam Apuzzo, I love her ability to freeze defenses, and she's got a strong shot. You know, she's not a player with a lot of size to her, but it's her ability to wind up, to be all over the field. When I say that she's versatile, she is all over the field. Look at this, a nice little backdoor cut. That's IQ, strong lacrosse IQ.
Sam Apuzzo with a hat trick again, and the finish there. Sam joins us post-game. Sam, you've been the #1 overall draft pick each of the last 2 weeks. Do you feel an extra burden to score when you're picked that high?
Not really. I'm really, it's an honor to be picked every first time past 2 weeks. I love playing with Kylie. I think this is a great team. We had really great chemistry. So not really pressure, but there's a lot of great teammates surrounding me.
Sam, this was a super close game. What would you think are those little things that gave you guys a step ahead?
Yeah, our defense played amazing tonight. They came up with really big plays, a lot of caused turnovers tonight. Sarah Brown, Caroline Wakefield, huge plays in goal too. So it was those little plays on defense that really made us step up and get that win.
Sam, describe the last half minute for us. It was dicey there. Team Reed had a chance to tie you guys.
Yeah, it was really close. Like I said, our defense played an amazing pass last minute. Really stepped up, allowed us to clinch that win. It was kind of definitely biting my fingers during it, but I knew we were going to come out with a win.
Sam, obviously you have a little bit of a turnaround before tomorrow with a later game. What do you guys expect to do this evening to prepare?
Yeah, we're just a lot of rest, recover, kind of watch the game from tonight, kind of see where we can improve and kind of get better for tomorrow.
Sam, we appreciate your thoughts. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks so much.
Sam Apuzzo, victorious Team Old Miller. Apuzzo with another hat trick performance. We can look at the captain's work tonight.
Kylie Old Miller, she did such a great job, #1 of putting this team together. It's her second time as a captain, but her ability to lead on the field, very heads-up plays, whether it's getting a ground ball or finishing for yet another goal inside of that 8-meter.
Kylie Old Miller celebrating a victory as her mates put in their MVP votes. Kylie's kind enough to spend some time with us. And Kylie, when you think back on what just occurred in the fourth quarter, what was the key to the victory for your side?
I think it took us a couple quarters to kind of get going, even though we had 17 shots in the first 2 quarters, which was really, really cool just to see those looks. And offensively, we were just clicking. So to have our defenses back there, making some big stops on some really talented players over there on the blue squad. So fourth quarter, we were just gutting it out and having each other's backs. And that last play was something really special for sure.
Kylie, talk about the draft a little bit. I noticed that there's 6 of you from that inaugural team that you put together. Was that by design? Talk to us about it.
Yeah, the draft gets different each week, and getting back up there to draft on Monday night, it's more and more stressful as the weeks go on. But just knowing that you've built a connection with people that you've played with before, even if it's been for 3 games, and I keep trying to stick with some people that I know are going to put their all out on the field, no matter what color they're wearing, and that showed tonight.
Kylie, did I see this one correctly? You were more of a setup player tonight. You didn't go to the goal as often as we have seen you in the past. Did I read that the right way?
Yeah, and I think that was kind of designed by Blues defense. Credit to them. Credit to Kathy Rudkin. She played incredible one-on-one defense on me tonight. So just doing what I can for the offense and just making sure that my teammates can get open and do what they do best. And they were able to put the ball in the back of the net for us tonight.
Kylie, it's fun to watch you work on a lacrosse field, but how's your fastball? We're watching you throw out the first pitch at the Nationals game recently. You've been working on a little sinker slider action, or what?
I was just making sure I had the grip right on the ball. So I'm just glad I made it to home plate without it bouncing and making AU proud. Just proud to be out there representing our sport on such a national stage.
Kylie, obviously that ball was in your right hand. So what other sports? We hear anything where you're throwing, bowling?
Yep, I right lefty. I swing anything lefty. I play lacrosse lefty, obviously, but I throw righty, play basketball righty, kick righty. Just kind of trying to balance it out over here.
And you do it all pretty well, and especially well on a lacrosse field. Thanks for spending some time with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much, guys.
Team Oldmiller victorious Friday night under the lights. Back to put a bow on this one in just a few moments on Fox Sports. Team Oldmiller outlasting Team Reed, and it was an action-packed last minute of play that provided the difference. Number 71 there going through the handshake line, victorious in a 9-8 decision. The Geico leaderboard, there's only one champion in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. We play 30 games. The points continue to rack up. Individual stat points, win points, MVP points, and still, somehow, some way, after you do all the math, there's Kayla Wood on top.
When you have 6 wins to your name and your first loss was handed you today, that's how you get to stay up there. But we see a lot of Team Purple, a lot of Kylie Oldmiller's team moving up the ranks. A lot of those players were also a part of her first team that she captained in the first week. So not surprised at all by that. But then you still see 2 Orange up there. They did a great job today coming up, giving Team Wood their first loss. So again, it's not just about how you do individually, statistically, or those MVP, but it's also those overall win points with your team.
Mira Shane, part of the Players Executive Committee with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. She and her mates falling in a 1-goal decision this Friday night. As we look at what's remaining in a busy weekend schedule, Team Oldmiller against Team Wood. That one comes tomorrow, 3 Eastern. You find it on Athletes Unlimited digital platforms. And then the remainder of the weekend court, we're on FS2.
Listen, I don't expect for any of these games to be more than a 1 or 2 goal game. The captains did a great job of drafting very even teams. Granted, they drafted teams that they thought would play well together, so they're playing well. It's just a matter of who's going to have that extra player or 2 to come out with the win.
It has been the storyline in this summer of 2021. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, just about every game is right down to the wire. Another close one this evening goes Team Oldmiller's way. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, for all the men and women in our technical crew, Joe Beninati, thank you so much for your time. This has been a presentation of Fox Sports. On the night, Friday, goes to the Oldmiller Group, 9-8.